For years, Uma Thurman was one of the most magnetic figures in Hollywood. Tall, elegant, mysterious, and utterly unforgettable. But lately, fans have begun to wonder, where has she gone? Once a red carpet regular and headlining star, Uma seems to have quietly faded from the limelight. Her absence has puzzled fans and critics alike. Rumors of retirement, personal struggles, and professional disappointments have all surfaced, but the truth is more complex and far more human. Behind her radiant smile lies a story of reinvention, disillusionment, and quiet resilience. What really happened to the woman who once ruled Hollywood as its most dangerous muse? Born on April 29, 1970, in Boston, Massachusetts, Uma Karuna Thurman came from an extraordinary family. Her father, a Buddhist scholar, and her mother, a model and psychotherapist. Uma's striking looks and unique aura set her apart from the beginning. After a few small roles, her big break came in 1988 with Dangerous Liaisons, where she portrayed the fragile Cécile de Volanges. But it was Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction in 1994 that catapulted her to international stardom. As Mia Wallace, she became the face of cool, magnetic, mysterious, and utterly captivating. Uma's image in that black bob and white shirt became immortalized in pop culture. She was nominated for an Academy Award and instantly hailed as one of the defining actresses of her generation. The world expected her to dominate for decades to come. Yet fame, as Uma soon learned, is a double-edged sword. The pressure of constant visibility began to take its toll. Every red carpet appearance, every interview was scrutinized. Her career choices, her personal life, even her relationships. After Pulp Fiction, directors and producers flooded her with offers, but most of them wanted the same version of Mia Wallace again and again. I was typecast before I even understood what that meant. Everyone wanted the cool girl, not the complex woman. Uma tried to balance commercial films like Batman and Robin with deeper projects like Gattaca, but Hollywood often failed to see her more than an archetype. The glare of fame, once flattering, became suffocating. Behind the scenes, Uma's life was undergoing major changes. In 1998, she married actor Ethan Hawke after meeting him on the set of Gattaca. The two quickly became one of Hollywood's golden couples, admired for their talent and charisma. Together they had 2 children, Maya and Levon. But the marriage didn't last. In 2005, they divorced amid rumors of infidelity and career tension. The split deeply affected Uma, who later described that time as one of the hardest periods of her life. "You rebuild yourself piece by piece," she said in a rare interview. "Motherhood saved me." She shifted her focus to raising her children, deliberately turning away from the constant noise of fame. While many saw her silence as disappearance, it was actually a conscious act of self-preservation. In the early 2000s, Quentin Tarantino returned to her life, this time with Kill Bill, a revenge epic that redefined both of their careers. As the bride, Uma delivered one of the most iconic performances in cinematic history, fierce, physical, and emotionally raw. It was her rebirth on screen, a reminder of the power she wielded as an actress. But behind the scenes, the production was grueling. Years later, Uma revealed that she suffered serious injuries during filming, including a near-fatal car crash on set. Her confrontation with Tarantino and Miramax over safety concerns opened a painful chapter in her life. "I was left feeling broken, physically and emotionally," she admitted. The glamour of her comeback masked a story of trauma that would follow her for years. Uma's story took an even darker turn during the rise of the Me Too movement. In 2018, she bravely spoke out about her experiences with Harvey Weinstein, describing unwanted advances and the lasting fear they caused. Her words were raw, controlled, and heartbreaking. "I've been waiting to feel less angry," she said, visibly trembling. "And when I'm ready, I'll tell my story." When she finally did, the world saw another side of Uma, not just the actress, but the survivor. Her revelations shed light on the darker undercurrents of Hollywood, where power and exploitation often went hand in hand. It became clear that her absence from the spotlight wasn't about fading relevance, it was about reclaiming her peace after years of pain and betrayal. After her powerful revelations, Uma chose to step back once again, this time on her own terms. She began taking fewer roles, appearing in independent films and television projects that allowed her creative freedom without the chaos of Hollywood fame. "I needed to find my love for acting again," she explained. Her focus shifted to family. Her daughter Maya Hawke, now a rising star thanks to Stranger Things and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, has become a source of immense pride. "Watching Maya succeed gives me more joy than any award," she said with a smile. While the world was asking why Uma had disappeared, she was quietly living, healing, creating, and supporting the next generation. In recent years, Uma has made selective returns to the screen. Her performances in series like Suspicion and Chambers reminded audiences of her unmatched presence. Though these roles weren't blockbusters, they carried a depth and maturity that reflected her evolution. Critics praised her subtlety, a seasoned artist who no longer needed to prove anything. She also took to the stage and lent her voice to humanitarian causes, including women's rights and environmental preservation. Away from the spotlight, Uma has embraced the kind of grounded existence that once felt impossible. "Fame is not freedom," she said in 2023. "I have both less of one and more of the other now, and I'm at peace with that." So why don't we see Uma Thurman anymore? The truth is simple. She chose to walk away from a system that took too much and gave too little. After decades of pressure, pain, and reinvention, Uma decided to define success on her own terms. She no longer needs to be the face of Hollywood to feel fulfilled. Instead, she has embraced a quieter legacy, one of strength, artistry, and survival. Her rare appearances now carry more meaning than ever. Each role she accepts feels like a deliberate act of storytelling, not a career move. For Uma, disappearance was not defeat, it was liberation, a silent rebellion against the machinery of fame. As of 2025, Uma Thurman remains one of cinema's most respected and enigmatic figures. She continues to inspire young actresses with her courage to step back, to heal, and to redefine herself beyond Hollywood's expectations. Her daughter Maya carries the torch forward, but Uma's own legacy shines with quiet brilliance. In the end, Uma's story isn't about disappearance, it's about transformation. From the fearless bride of Kill Bill to the serene woman who found peace beyond fame, she has lived 1,000 lives both on and off screen. The world may not see her as often anymore, but those who look closely will realize Uma Thurman never vanished. She simply reclaimed herself.